Well, what we've learned to do, so this is not in the report I've given you, but what we have learned to do, mainly over the last few months, is we have learned to calculate for any given election what the numbers would have been if Google had stayed out. So what you're seeing in the newspapers and on the internet and on TV is you're seeing the numbers with Google interfering in the election. What happens if Google didn't? We know how to calculate that precisely. So in that race, let's see, I think it was Hobbs who won, right? By a small margin, if I'm not mistaken. Kari Lake would have won. Hands down, absolutely guaranteed. If you took Google out of that picture, Kari Lake would have won. Now I'm going to go off on a tangent, which is not going to make you all happy, but I just have to bring this up. A little tangent here, kind of a footnote. Some of my friends in Arizona, and other places too, are obsessed with voting machines and voter fraud and dead people voting and lots of other stories that sound kind of crazy and which haven't done very well in court, generally speaking. They haven't held up well in court. And you know what? All that stuff it's trivia. All that stuff is you being manipulated. It's you know what magicians do, how they do their tricks? They use this technique. Misdirection. They don't call it distraction. They call it misdirection. They go, look over here. And then while you're looking over here, then they're doing their trick, right? Well, so all this stuff about voter fraud and the machines and all that stuff, I'm calling that misdirection. Who's misdirecting you? And why would they do that? Who's controlling those stories? Who makes those stories go viral? Who gets millions of people talking about those stories and nothing else 25 hours a day? Who is doing that? The tech companies. They control those algorithms. They want you focusing they want you looking over here. And you know what you're looking at for the most part? Dirty tricks, which are inherently competitive, have always been practiced, always will be practiced. Most elections, they don't have much of a net effect because both sides are doing it. Now, as it happens, I attended a speech given by Senator Steve Daines a few months ago in Newport Beach. And Senator Daines was saying, you know, those Dems, wow, they did a great job last year with ballot harvesting, and we just really didn't do our stuff there. So from now on, we're going to do better ballot harvesting. See what I mean? It's inherently competitive. And if both sides are really pushing, then it has very little net effect. But no matter how you look at it, we're talking about hundreds of votes here and there, thousands of votes here and there. I'm talking about millions of votes, tens of millions of votes. The tech companies want you looking over there.